What's up everyone, Willy Apple here, and today we're going to be talking about macOS 15 leaks and features to expect. Now we do not know much about macOS 15, however, we did not know anything about macOS 14. And macOS 14 was a huge surprise to everyone when it did come out at WWDC 2023. So in this video, we will be going over what we can expect from macOS 15 coming at WWDC 2024. Alright, so the first thing has to do with a brand new calculator app. So this is what our calculator app looks right now. More reminiscent of the iOS 7 days. It looks like it was made in 2014, which because that was when the calculator app was last updated. If we were to go in here, we could see it has not been updated since macOS Big Sur, really. Now, they did update the copyright date to 2023, which I guess they would do something like that. But the calculator app has remained largely unchanged since macOS Yosemite, which is 10 years old. And we are seeing with macOS 15 that they're going to be bringing over the iOS calculator app to the Mac, which is going to be really nice for them to add. That calculator looks a lot better, and apparently it's codenamed under African Grey Parrot, which African Grey Parrots are known for their knowledge, so we will probably be getting all of these things up here. For example, converting units and measurements, that will be present in the iOS app. I guess Apple does not want to downgrade the calculator app on the Mac, and it'll also be a lot easier to do that. For example, if I do that, this feature will go into iOS, and we're going to see we have minutes right here. We can convert seconds to minutes. That is stuff that we will be seeing inside of macOS 15. Now, one of the things I wish that could be added to macOS 15 is the ability to run any iPhone app, even if the developer says no. But unfortunately, we will not get that, so we will have to use an alternative solution. MuMuPlayer Pro is the best way and very likely the only way to run your favorite Android apps and games on your Apple Silicon Mac with ease. Apple has heavily restricted running iOS apps natively on Apple Silicon, which could have had huge potential for their Apple Silicon Macs, but unfortunately many developers have turned off running their apps on the Mac, so emulation is really the only choice to play mobile games on our Mac. Most games on MuMuPlayer Pro work flawlessly with zero lag, with the ability to set keybinds and easily simulate a tap or a swipe with the keyboard or a controller. Android emulators on Apple Silicon are match made in heaven because Android and Apple Silicon are both based off of the ARM architecture, which means that emulation is relatively easy. Use the link down in the description down below to get a 7-day free trial. Alright, the next thing has to do with the calendar app. So the calendar app is going to gain a new AI summary feature inside of the calendar app, which is going to be really nice to see. Along with that, we're going to be getting transcriptions inside the Voice Memos app. So the Voice Memos app has not received any updates on iOS or macOS. It is expected to get its first major update this year with AI features. And that's going to be a pretty present theme with iOS 18 and macOS 15, since they're basically a unified code base, or try to combine the code base kind of. For example, bringing apps from iOS to the Mac, which is what they're doing with the calculator app. And we're also going to be getting some generative AI inside of the Notes and Reminders app that will be pretty interesting to see. And going back to the subject of calculator apps, they're supposed to integrate the calculator app with the Notes app with a supposed feature called Math Notes. Maybe it's meant to take notes in math class or something like that, but it's going to be integrated. Alright, so the next feature inside of macOS 15 has to do with topographic maps. It's probably going to be a new layout that we could choose right here. Explorer, driving, transit, satellite, and maybe topographic will be an option right here. That's supposed to be a new option inside the Maps app where we're going to be able to see elevation a little bit better. I mean, you kind of can, but it's a little bit hard to, especially inside of macOS right here. It'll be a lot easier if Apple could just add a topographic map option to just show us elevation right away, and that'll be really nice for Apple to add. Now, next thing is inside the Messages app, we're finally going to get RCS. So what that is going to mean is that we're going to be able to easily send text messages between Android users and iPhone users, and it'll be a lot better for everyone. Now keep in mind, macOS leaks are not as prominent as iOS leaks. Now some leaks that we got inside of for macOS 15 are related to Xcode, where they see this Mac destination right here. They saw that with the calculator app, which was called African Gray Parrot or Gray Parrot, that they saw Mac was right here, and they also saw iPad was right here, which means that the iPad is finally getting a calculator. We do not have any designs, but we only have design concepts of what it would actually look like. However, I do not think it's going to look like this, especially if they're going to Swift UI and bring it to the Mac. But Apple has put out a sticker inside of the latest developer app that I would like to show you. Alright, so here it is. It's just a 40-year sticker with the Mac winking and the Mac changing colors. Here are all the frames, and it just repeats on loop. This is just a animated sticker that Apple has put out, which makes me think macOS 15 could be a pretty big update for some of us. macOS 14 was already a pretty big update with the addition of desktop widgets and a lot of stuff getting overhauled, like Spotlight Search, but macOS 15, I have high hopes for that, and I hope that is actually a big update like I think it is. But first, I really want them to address the memory management issue inside of macOS 14. Hopefully that's a priority for them. We do not know much about macOS. It could just be a big update for macOS 15, especially if Apple wants to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the Mac. But yeah, thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, share this with your friends. Download MuMuPlayer Pro down in the description down below. And I'll be reacting to WWDC Live. Also be doing live streams every single day this week. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!